Good morning. Now, if you haven't seen my last video, then I'm currently on board P&O Arcadia, which is one of P&O's older cruise ships. And I'm currently on a 3-night cruise, which is one of the shortest ones that I've done. And our initial itinerary was supposed to be from Southampton over to Belgium. So we were due to dock in Zeebrugge and then go back after, the third night. Now, instead, due to, the weather was due to be pretty grim going across the channel to Belgium, so they've instead brought us to Rotterdam, which is essentially one of the closest big cities to Amsterdam. So I actually think we've really lucked out with this port change. A lot of people get quite annoyed when a port changes, but this has been good for us, I think. Now, because it's near Amsterdam, I was able to get onto a train yesterday and get in there for sort of 3 PM because we docked at lunchtime. I spent the entire day and the night in Amsterdam, up until about midnight, and then came back to the ship, which essentially has turned into a floating hotel that doesn't move for a night, which is quite a rarity on a cruise that you get that. But hey, if you didn't see the video yesterday, then there should be a link just down below, or if you head over to the channel, you can find it on there, and I'll be taking you around Amsterdam. But the plan for today, so it's a bit of a different one today. So it's just gone 8 AM, and that means that the main dining room is open on here. So first things first for me, I know you probably think all I do is eat on here, but I'm going to the dining room and hoping for Eggs Benedict. I only recently discovered it. I mentioned in the last video, I only recently discovered, eggs generally, believe it or not. I used to hate them, so I'm hoping that I can get Eggs Benedict on here. That would make my morning. After that, I'm going to get off and go to what I think is just called the Market Hall. It's one of the top things to do in Rotterdam. It's meant to be brilliant, and it's about 0.5 of a mile from here. So it should be fairly easy to walk up to there and walk back after breakfast before the ship thinks about leaving. So all aboard for us this morning. And I probably should call that out, actually. That's cruise jargon, that if you've never cruised before, you'll be saying, well, what on earth does that mean? All aboard is basically the term referred to when you all have to be back on the ship. Now, if you miss that, then unfortunately you'll probably arrive back and this ship will be floating upstream and you probably won't be on it and you'll be booking a flight home. So all aboard is at 11:30 AM for us this morning, so on this side of lunchtime, which I guess means that I'll have the luxury of probably having a main dining room lunch today as well, which I'm quite looking forward to. I wasn't overly enamoured by dinner service on the first night, and then last night I actually ate in Amsterdam, so I haven't really been able to properly try the main dining room on here yet, so today should be good. And then once we get back on the ship, there'll be loads to crack on with. The good thing about cruising is that the agendas or the itineraries, I've actually got one on the table here, the itineraries are so full. So every day you get this leaflet, which on P&O they call it the horizon. And I mean, hopefully you can see this, but you've literally got the entire day mapped down in segments all the way from, what's the first thing today? 7:30 AM, early morning stretching. I don't think I'll ever make it to an early morning stretch at 7:30 AM. All the way through to the last things, which kick off at 11:15 PM. So if you want to do stuff on a ship, you have absolutely got the ability to do it. But I'm not going to walk you through that now because A, it's not until later, and B, I am hungry. So yeah, I'm going to head down for breakfast now and take you with me and show you what Rotterdam rather, has got to offer. Okay, so now off the ship, which you should be able to see over there. Now, breakfast took a lot longer than expected. The positive is that I got my Eggs Benedict. The only downside if you can still hear me, that it was so small. I'll show you a picture of it now. And it also just seemed to take forever. So yeah, it's now, we've probably only got just over an hour left before all aboard. So trying to squeeze in the market before we have to, you know, rush back. But I guess that's probably the learning, that really I should have been at breakfast for opening this morning, but I didn't think it would be that busy. And yeah, I probably had hoped the service would be a bit quicker. But hey, it is what it is. So they're currently heading back over the bridge that we came over yesterday to head up to the market and hopefully get kind of 15-20 minutes to have a look round. Okay, looking around right now, I'll flip the camera and show you what street I'm in, but this is pretty residential. If the kind of main thing to do here, or one of the main things to do, is here, I'd be very surprised. It's very quiet. However, hopefully it's just because it's a Tuesday morning, and yeah, it'll hopefully pick up in a minute. To be fair, there was a guy behind me there carrying produce boxes. Maybe that means there's a market. Who knows? Watch this space. Okay, that's taken a turn. Literally just after finishing recording that last message, turned the corner and this is across the street. That doesn't really fit with what was over the road a minute ago, but it turns out that is it. So let's get in. This is where the small Eggs Benedict is probably going to be a blessing in disguise. Let's see what food we can hoover up within the next 15 minutes and then get back to the port. Okay, this place is actually amazing. They have got everything that you could want in here. So for me, I think I'm actually going to behave because I could go mad in here. For me, I think it's just going to be a coffee and maybe some chocolate as well. But yeah, if you're coming here, you have to get in here because they've just got everything you could want. Okay, so in here today, I have got my coffee and I've also opted for a coconut pastry, which I have never seen. Oh, it's all stuck to the paper. I have never seen one of these before, but it's essentially coconut that's like rolled and baked, but apparently it's excellent. This is white chocolate flavour, so thumbs up. Okay, made it. It's all aboard at 11:30. It's currently 11:25. The ship is there, so thankfully made it back in, to be fair for me, made it back in plenty of time. But yeah, let's get on the ship and think about lunch. So weather for sailing away today is absolutely brilliant. The sun is shining, it's nearly blue skies, there's a couple of clouds there, and what makes it even better is I've actually just found a new deck, which I didn't see, and it's not actually advertised on the map of the ship. Now, to get here, you come up to deck 11, which is where like, Sindhu, the Indian restaurant, is, and then there's a flight of stairs that go up the side. Now, this is closed yesterday, but it's open today, and the reason I know that I'm actually allowed up here is because there are sun loungers everywhere, so obviously this must be the deck that they use when it's a little bit warmer and you can lie out in the sun, so this must be where they get a lot of that deck space from. But yeah, this is going to be brilliant because there's not actually that many people up here. Let me walk you around and show you. So you almost feel as though, I mean, if you followed my other cruises, you'll know that I love when you feel like you've got the ship to yourself. And let me spin you around. There's actually a couple there and another couple there. So granted, I am a fifth wheel. However, that aside, it's going to be great for sailing out of Rotterdam up here. So hopefully we'll be underway shortly. Yeah, sail away up here was perfect. Weather's still really good. I'm going to shoot down, grab a coffee, and actually take the advantage of having a balcony for this. I don't actually cruise with a balcony often, and I kind of find that when I have one, I don't really know what to do with it. But what sounds ideal right now is to go down, grab a coffee, grab a few bites to eat, and go and sit on the balcony and watch the world go by. So I'll see you down there. So I said earlier that I usually cruise on the inside of the ship, and to be honest, the reason for that is that I can save a good bit of money, and that means that I can get on more ships, and that's definitely how I would want to do it at the moment. Quite a lot of people, you know, they think they'd be quite claustrophobic in an inside cabin, but I mean, I absolutely love it because sometimes I can pay half what you would in one of these rooms. But yeah, the situation right now, I mean, this is definitely selling a balcony to me, and this must be what it's all about when you book a balcony cabin on a cruise. Just to come and escape from the rest of the ship. This ship is full this week, so it's pretty busy out there. To come and escape and it be silent and just sit with a coffee, with a cake, and just watch the world go by at your own pace. Like, yeah, it's great. And there's a little bit of me right now that's wondering if I'm missing out by cruising on the inside, which is a feeling that I've actually never had before. So yeah, bit of an interesting one. But look, plan for the afternoon, so there's a shuffleboard competition in about an hour from now, so I'm definitely going to go to that, although chances are I'll probably not win, I'll probably lose, but hey, I was going to say it's all about taking part, but that was really cringe. But yeah, we're going to go to shuffleboard at 2 o'clock. I've also spoken to guest services and they've invited me to go and look at a suite on the ship, which I'm really looking forward to seeing what a suite on an older ship looks like. And I'm hopefully going to be able to film a full room tour that I can get on YouTube for you guys to also have a look at. And then after that, it'll be getting ready for formal night. So that's tonight, and that'll be our final night on the ship. So I am probably just going to excuse myself now, get myself probably on the balcony and just chill out and yeah, kill the next hour before we go to shuffleboard. But I'll come back into the room and I'll walk you through the plan for tonight in a little bit. there was no one playing that, then I'm not going to claim it as a win, but I'm not taking that as a loss, so that's a benefit for me. Okay, do you ever have those days when you look at your watch 1 minute and it says 1 PM, and then you look at it the next and suddenly it says 5:30, you've got no idea where the day is going, and before anyone accuses me, I haven't even napped. That usually happens if I fall asleep somewhere, but I promise this time I have been awake, I just have no idea where it's gone. Now, since we last spoke, I did get in that suite that I was telling you I was hoping to get into, and actually it's a beauty of a room, so I'm going to try and put a link to that room tour in the description of this video, so if you go down there, you should be able to check that out, but it's very, very different to the balcony cabin that I've got on the ship this week, so make sure you check that out. And after that, so at 2:30 today, there's another YouTuber on the ship this week, and so Jay and I set up in Costa Coffee. At 2:30 we set up camp, and it's now, just gone 5:30, and I think we've just put the world to rights on literally everything. So Jay and his partner Dan have got a channel, which again, I'll pop a link in the description here, so head over and check that out if you're not subscribed already. But yeah, very strange. Sometimes you feel like you can chat for 20 minutes, and in this case 3 hours, so hopefully I haven't completely held him up from what he was planning to do today. But yeah, plan for me now. So I'm going to take you down to the shops, because I usually like to buy like a ship model when I'm on the ships. So I now have a shelf at home that is growing, and it's getting more full and more full with every cruise that I do. So I'm going to try and buy one of them today, and then come back up and get ready for what is now formal night tonight. So I'll tell you a little bit more about that, and also the plan for tonight when we get back. And before anyone asks, yes, part of the getting ready routine will absolutely be to be getting in that bath. I can't believe that with my excitement in vlog 1, I haven't actually spoken about the bath at all, so definitely back on the agenda for tonight. So yeah, look, let me take you down to the shops, show you what kind of merchandise you can buy in there, and I will see you probably right back here in a few minutes. Okay, so trip to the shops went well, I would say. I'm now the owner of an Arcadia ship model, which for anyone that hasn't cruised before, you generally speaking can get a ship model for every single cruise ship that is on the ocean. So I now have, about 10 or 12 of these in the house, and I think that when I started to collect them, my friends, when they would visit the Midlands from Glasgow, thought I'd gone a little bit insane, because I have a room in the house that is just, yeah, there's loads of these. But they're such a good way to look back on a cruise, so I really, really like them. Now, plan for tonight, so as you can probably tell, it's formal night tonight, or P&O call it black tie night. Now, as you can see, I don't wear traditional black tie, and generally speaking, P&O are, yes, there's loads and loads of people in here that will wear black tie, but you also get quite a lot who will wear like traditional dress, I think they call it, which in Scotland it would be a kilt. For me, I just wear like a 3-piece suit with a tartan bow tie. In terms of, okay, fine, that's not black tie, do I feel comfortable, do I fit in? Like, honestly, absolutely fine. I've never cruised with a line like Cunard, so I don't know what that would be like, but on a cruise line like P&O, are you okay to wear a slightly different thing and not just black tie the whole time? 100%. Would I show up to the dining room in shorts and t-shirt? Definitely not, you wouldn't get in, but this kind of thing, totally fine. Now, plan for tonight is, what am I doing tonight? So tonight, the show tonight is called Astonishing, right? And it's a show that Stephen Mulhern and P&O worked together to create, essentially. Now, I've seen that twice on 2 different ships, and I feel as though a third time, I thought with the second time, I'd seen it once, I didn't really take anything away from the second time. I might go tonight purely because it's somewhere a bit different to be rather than just sitting in a bar. But yeah, I think it's an amazing show if you haven't seen it before, but it's now in its second year, so I think it's probably at the point where P&O will be looking to do something a little bit different. But I might go to that, and apart from that, it'll be dinner in the main dining room and then just chilling out with a few drinks. So P&O provide you with, I mean, as a solo traveller, I've got two, but I think that's probably just because I'm in a cabin for two people. But being Glaswegian, I absolutely will be using two. You get two like drinks vouchers for tonight. So essentially tonight is like, well, it was meant to be last night because we should have been at sea today. So the cruise is all a little bit back to front because of the issues that we had with the weather taking us into Zeebrugge. But yeah, you get what, a glass of sparkling or elderflower press, so absolutely sparkling. But it'll be that, followed by dinner, followed by what sounds like a show, and then after that, just get into bed because unfortunately, I have to be up at, well, I have to be out of this room by 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, which, honestly, I hate that. I'm going to do a video tomorrow. I don't usually vlog disembarkation, but I remember when I did my first cruise, I just had no idea what to expect the day that I have to get out my room. And there's quite a few things that you have to remember. Like, for example, I'm going out for the night, but my suitcase is already packed at the door, ready to go. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about that in tomorrow's video. But look, for now, I guess from me, thank you for watching. I do genuinely hope that you've enjoyed this video. I hope that seeing what a day on this ship has been like will help you feel more comfortable when you either come here or you book your cruise in the future. And for now, let me take you for dinner, and yeah, I'll catch up with you soon. Thanks. Bye. Yeah, one last thing that I was going to say before I head to dinner is that the weather tonight has really taken a turn, which you can definitely understand why we've had a change in itinerary, because apparently this weather was due to continue the other night. Now, let me let me open the door and show you what we are dealing with right now. So yeah, anyway, free drink vouchers used, and then it was off to dinner, which for me was down in the main dining room, and the quality in there tonight was significantly better than what I experienced on the first night. You can see here there pretty much wasn't a queue when you turned up at your allocated time, which is exactly what I would have expected on the first night. So I'm putting maybe that first night down to just a blip, I'm not entirely sure, but luckily and thankfully I can report that, you know, that problem didn't continue for the remainder of the cruise. So what I would say is, like, don't worry if you are booked on here and you saw my first vlog from on here, because it looks as though that is not a recurring problem. But yeah, look, after dinner I shot along to the theatre and watched Astonishing, which got a really, really good reception. Again, it seems to be a show that, yeah, the crowd just seemed to absolutely love it. So yeah, it was quite good to see it again, to be fair. And after that I just shot up and had a relatively early night. But yeah, that's a quick run through of my day in Rotterdam on board P&O Arcadia. So I hope you've enjoyed this. If you have, please think about liking the video, please think about subscribing to the channel, and in my next video I'll be showing you exactly what it's like to disembark from a cruise ship. So hopefully I'll see you then. Thanks for watching. Bye.